natural purpose. She knows that if anyone came along now, they would see her soaked and shivering in the middle of a garden, wrestling with a latch. Yet even as part of her acknowledges this, another, deeper part knows she will not be seen. She is becoming a ghost. She imagines if she looked down, she would see her body waver, like a reflection in water. She cannot live in this world, not with the knowledge inside her, the intolerable heaviness of her own reckless cruelty. The latch finally lifts, and she enters the garden. Her garden, the garden her father gave her, and that Jack made. Even in the beginning of winter, it is beautiful to her, the damson trees thrusting their stark branches to the sky, the borders now full of straggling weeds, although in summer they were rampant and wild, heavy with flower and fruit, which is what she had wanted. Life, pulsing, vibrant life, in all of its glory. Now she stands in the middle of the garden and looks towards the little house, her house. Once it was warm inside, enough for its fragile occupants, but now it is cold and dark and empty. There is nothing left for her here now, nothing but memories. She leaves the walled garden and walks back through the churchyard to the vicarage, and then through the rose garden, the bushes' stark branches black with rain, and down the stone steps to the muddy acre of sheep pasture that leads to the beach road. She knows her father could see her if he just turned his head, but she feels he won't. He has most likely drawn the heavy curtains against the cold and dark. She continues walking, the rain running down her in icy rivulets, her dress soaked completely through, and no one sees her. No one stops her. If only it would all be this easy, she thinks. If only it was a matter of walking, one step at a time, into eternity. Walter was pushed, so suddenly, so unfairly, but she will go willingly. She will choose it. And yet she knows the entrance to eternity is not such a simple thing, although as she nears the beach, she thinks perhaps it is, after all. Perhaps this step is as simple as any other, if you just close your eyes. And so she closes her eyes and lets the rain beat over her, and everything in her demands she take that small, final step into forever.
Chapter 1. Marin. It started with a door. Not just any door. A wooden door with an arched top and a rusted latch, set in the middle of a high stone wall. Marin Ellis gazed at the weathered wood in both fascination and frustration, for she tried the latch, and rusted as it was, it wouldn't budge. She had never been the sort to indulge in fancy. She'd long ago accepted she was practical to the point of tedium, and yet this door, and whatever lay beyond it, had, briefly at least, captured her long-dormant imagination. "Is that the entrance to a secret garden?" Rebecca's voice carried across the icy expanse of overgrown lawn. Her boots crunched on the frost-tipped grass as she came over to join Marin, her hands thrust into the pockets of her coat. It was 4 o'clock on a February afternoon in a remote corner of West Cumbria, and dusk was already settling on the rolling pasture that stretched to the sea, a quarter-mile away. "It does look like a door to a secret garden, doesn't it?" Marin agreed with a little laugh. "It's probably just a door to the churchyard, or maybe to a path that leads to the beach. But in any case, I can't open it." "Let me try." Rebecca pushed at the latch for a moment, but as Marin expected, it didn't move so much as a centimetre. She pressed her face against the door and peered into the crack between it and the wall. "All I see is bramble. If it leads to the churchyard, it's all grown over." "Oh, well, it doesn't matter." Marin shivered as she turned towards the house. It looked